In this video, we'll be demonstrating how to replace a screen on the iPhone 6. This is not the 6 Plus version. However, the process will be similar, but that's demonstrated in another video. Our first step is to power off the phone. Next, take the pentalobe screwdriver, and we have 2 small screws to remove. Set these 2 screws aside in a safe place so you don't lose them. Now in our case, the screen is not cracked. This is for demonstration purposes only. However, if you have a cracked screen, it may be difficult to get solid suction, so one trick you can do is apply packaging tape over the surface of the screen, which will allow you to get a solid seal. Now we'll take our suction cup and apply it near the bottom. And what we're going to do is lift the screen up at an angle like so. We have cables up here that are attached, so as you're pulling up the screen, be careful to keep it at an angle and not try to pull away at the top, as you could damage these cables or the ports that they're plugged into on the logic board. If you're able to lift the screen up just a little bit at the bottom, what you can do is use your case opener tool to run this pry tool on the sides, and you can see that it's beginning to free the screen from the rest of the casing. And we can do this on the opposite side. Which will allow us to lift the screen up like so. Now, there's some notches at the top, so what you have to do is kind of pull the screen off to the side, kind of back, so you can free it from those notches. And then we're able to lift the screen up all the way to a 90-degree angle. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws to remove. And you can place these off to the side in the same orientation as they came out. Now these screws should be set off to the side in the same orientation that they came out, so you know where they go on reassembly. And this metal plate just comes out. Now we have a few cables up top that we'll use our non-conductive plastic pry tool to carefully lift up. Just gently get underneath and lift upwards, and they should snap out of their ports very easily. Number 2, and finally the third one, which is exposed after we undo the first cable, so you're not able to see that initially. And it looks like we have one more cable. So a total of 4 cables are associated with the screen assembly, and they all unplug in the same manner. So using your non-conductive plastic pry tool, get underneath and gently lift up. In this video, we're demonstrating how to replace a screen using a replacement full screen assembly, which includes a home button, earpiece, front-facing camera, and associated components. So you have a total of 4 cables up top. It's just identical to the part that you removed from the phone. So it's a very straightforward repair, only takes a couple minutes. You go ahead, plug in the cables of your replacement screen in the same order that they came out. All four of these cables just snap into their ports. So once they're positioned over their plugs, you can carefully push down and they'll snap back into place. You want to make sure that they're properly positioned, because if you're applying force and they're not over the ports, you risk damaging the logic board, and it's usually not repairable. So be careful. Now I'll grab the metal plate covering these cables, position it in place. I'm going to use our tape reel to keep the screen at a 90-degree angle so that I can put these screws back in. Now we're ready to set the screen flush. We'll lower it down, push the top in so that the notches sit inside the casing, like so. So once we got that top flush, we can gradually work our way down. If you push at the bottom right now, you risk cracking the screen. So what you want to do is gradually work your way from top to bottom, sending it flush from the top first until you get to the bottom. Now our screen is flush with the phone, so our final step is to reinstall these two pentalobe screws at the bottom of the phone. And that's how easy the repair process is on the iPhone 6. Find all the parts and tools needed to fix your iDevice at gadgetmenders.com.